What in the blue hell is going on at this football club right now, man? Like, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So, we welcome to a couple, insane breaking news. Reece James is the first piece I'm going to get into. There's a lot to say about this, man. I mean, do you see why now Enzo Maresca was trying to say you need to protect this man? Now he's out for basically the rest of the season. You don't have your club captain now. And from Nizar Kinsella here, right? As you're seeing on screen. Chelsea captain Reece James is out for an unspecified period of time. We later learned now it's basically 2 months. So there's a slim chance he's coming back this season. Malo Gusto is ill, so he's not going to it's a 50-50 chance that he'll be available for the game against PSG. But honestly, like, is any Chelsea fan really caring about that game right now? And Jorgensen, he's out. Apparently, he's getting a scan on his groin. Robert Sanchez is basically back in goal for the rest of the season. That's just how I'm seeing it. Esteval's back. I mean, there's a glimmer of hope here. Thank God he's back, but again, we have to be careful with him. The kid's only 18. We can't ruin him. Surely we can't do that, right? But getting back to Reece James, man. I mean, there's also something from Liam Rossini here that I want to touch on that he spoke on it. Actually, I'll share this piece first. Reece James suffers hamstring injury, expected out to be out for several weeks. And what you're seeing on screen is how many injuries have we had since the turn of the year because of hamstrings. Reece James, Esteval, Jamie Gittin, Mark Cucurella. I'm not saying they're being ran into via floor, but the way that we're playing, where we're having to scramble back and make these insane dashes back. This is how I think Reece James got hurt on trying to stop the goal from happening, and he felt the tweak during the game, but he played through it. Like it's really upsetting, you know? Like like how do you allow this to happen, right? Like if our defense wasn't so cut open and so open from the gate, Reece James probably wouldn't have to make that 40-yard dash back. And like that's what I keep on saying. And I said this before we found out about the injury. You should not be having him make a 40 to 50-yard dash back to stop the goal from happening. Where are your center halves at? Wesley Fofana jogging back, allowing that to happen. This is why Reece James is tired of his shit. I think everyone has seen the clip of him just walking by West after he gets sent off. It's like these are the kind of players that he cannot be around and that he doesn't want to play with, right? Liam Senior comes out, he confirms it. It came after the end of the Newcastle game. Honestly, I think it was during when he made the run back is when he tweaked it, but he played through it. Reese, Reese, he's felt something in his hamstring at the end of the Newcastle game. We don't know the full extent of the injury, but he will be out for tomorrow's game. It could be serious. With the hamstring injury, it's never great. Hopefully, we can get him scanned and find out the full extent. He's out for the rest of the season, bro. Like, he's out for the rest of the season, man. What do you mean you need to know the extent? The guy has had hamstring injuries literally his entire career. And he just now got it to the point where he's not getting hurt anymore. He went a year without getting injured. Why? Because Enzo Maresca protected him. Do you see why now Enzo Maresca was saying you need to protect Reece James? How many hamstring injuries have we had since Liam Rossini? And I'm not going to blame him because I don't think he's right for the job. Like with what we're seeing and how he's conducting himself now, I don't think he's the right man now. It's damage limitation for you at this point. You're going into these press conferences to cover your ass and to blow smoke over fire when the fire's already been erupted. Like the poor mismanagement of this squad needs to be studied. How can you have a squad of these players? This is what I'm saying. I feel like if you have an elite manager in this club, and Enzo Maresca was building an identity here. Enzo Maresca wasn't an elite manager, but what he was doing was building an identity. Like the guy was building an identity. Was his football the greatest to watch? No, but what was the one thing that he did? He set up in a way against the bigger teams where we frustrated the hell out of them. We didn't have a lot of ball possession. We played on the counter. And the way that we're playing now, we're so open in midfield, in defense, and we're not clinical in front of goal at all, right? So I bring up identity, right? This is what we're being identified as now. A team that huddles around the center circle, around referees to try to get in the minds of other teams. It was good for one game when it happened against Aston Villa. Why are we continuously doing it now? Like, right? It's ridiculous, man. Like the mentality of this club is just in the mud, man. And when you go back to Reece James and stuff like that, and you go back to the amount of injuries he's had, but what has every single manager said about this guy? Protect him. You have to. Now, he signed that extension. He's going to be here. He's not going to be injured for the rest of his career, but he can't continue to pick up these injuries because mentally it's just going to ruin him. He wants to be on the pitch. You know, some would say that he's in jeopardy of missing a spot in the World Cup. I don't think he's going to miss the World Cup, but he's not going to play the rest of this season because in his mind he knows this team is cooked. Why am I going to rush myself back? Realistically, right? Like, yes, he loves the club. He's a boyhood fan, all that stuff. I'm not questioning that. What I am saying is for his well-being, it's this team is cooked. I'm not going to come back and risk missing my time in the World Cup. I need to get ready for that. I 1000% agree. Do what you got to do. Don't come back to this mess. Why? So then you can have to cover people's asses again? No. Save yourself for the World Cup, bro. This coming back to this current Chelsea team is absolutely not worth it. it it just isn't worth it, you know. So Reece James getting injured is just a huge blow. It's a huge blow. And as if the season wasn't already cooked enough, right? You have PSG coming to the bridge on what tomorrow, right? And like honestly, it's like I'm not gonna do a preview for that game. Realistically, I might do a couple shorts, but like I'm not interested in trying to figure out if this team is gonna pull it out because are they gonna realistically do it? No. But listen, this is what I will say about this game. If I'm gonna give any kind of thought about it, because every Chelsea fan right now is just dejected. They would be lying to you if they said that they're going to come back and do something incredibly special. This is what I will say. If they do find a way to come back in this tie, in this manner, with everything that has gone on, your club captain is out. There's turmoil. Well, there's turmoil behind the scenes. Protests are being organized. Performances on the pitch have been wayward as hell, but they find a way to pull this off. There needs to be a serious question on it's not even on the board at this point. because the board's not out there on the pitch, right? But they're still the major problem at the club. We're not saying that they're not. What I'm saying is, why are these players deciding then and now to want to show up for 90 minutes and put in probably one of the greatest performances you will need in European history to make it happen? Now, do Chelsea have the players in order to do that? In my opinion, when they want to take the chances and the risk and they want to be dynamic and decisive on the ball, I think they're capable of putting 4 or 5 and 6 past a lot of teams. But is it going to be enough against PSG? Is the question. This is what needs to happen, right? You essentially need to score two. I would say you need to score two in the first half, maybe three in the first half to have a chance. They have to be up at least 3-0 in the first half. If they find a way to be up 3-0 tomorrow in the first half, somehow, some way, you never know. You just never know because you need three to tie the entire score, right? So anything is possible. It's just how bad do they really want it? But if we're looking at it realistically, right? Like I have common sense, bro. Like I'm not I'm not a delusional Chelsea fan where I'm gonna say, oh well, like we will win 5-0. No. If they find a way to figure this out tomorrow, I will hold my hands up. But at the same time, the problems at the club are still not washed away. But I will hold my hands up because how the hell can you guys pull that off, but you guys can't beat Burnley at home, right? Like these are the kind of things that you ask questions about. So if they find a way to do this tomorrow, holy shit. Like what the hell? Like why do you guys wait to do stuff? Like why do you guys like to put us through these kind of emotions? Like you're losing to Newcastle at the bridge. You essentially get shredded the last 15 minutes against PSG. You don't beat Burnley or Leeds at home. It's like, and then you want to go show up against PSG for 75 minutes where you have a chance to win the game, right? Where you're outplaying them. It's like where if they would have won that game, the narrative of that would have been that's their best performance of the season. But obviously it didn't go that way. So honestly, if they find a way to do it tomorrow, holy fucking shit, dude. Like what the hell? But is it gonna happen? No. Don't expect Chelsea to win 5 or 6-0 or 6-1 like Barcelona did and shit. Like don't expect that to happen. But if it does happen, holy fucking shit. Right? But to each their own there. People have their opinions on it. I'm not crazy for thinking that I don't think they have a chance, honestly. But if they find a way, they find a way. Um, so hopefully Reece James makes a speedy recovery, man. Um, you need him back for next season. I mean, and speaking of next season, and speaking of what happened at the club this morning, so this was, I believe, the 74 charges that were brought upon Chelsea. As you guys do remember, I have the club statement here. Chelsea Football Club is pleased to confirm that the club has reached a settlement with the Premier League in relation to historical regulatory matters that were self-reported by the club in 2022. As previously announced, the club voluntarily and proactively disclosed all the applicable regulators' potential historical rule breaches, including incomplete financial reporting that took place over a decade ago. So when Roman Abramovich and everybody was there, right? During an extensive Premier League investigation, the club proactively disclosed thousands of documents. Also, when requests for information were made by the Premier League, the club promptly provided comprehensive responses and facilitated all lines of inquiry to support the complex and extremely thorough process. Furthermore, during the investigation, additional evidence was provided to the club by a third party regarding potential breaches of Premier League rules committed by former employees and a small number of historical academy transactions. This information was immediately and proactively self-reported to the Premier League. The club wishes to make clear that the following robust financial analysis by the Premier League, it was concluded that in no scenario would the club have exceeded the maximum allowable loss of 105 million over the 3-year assessment period in the rules. Accordingly, there is no scenario in which the club could have been in breach of the applicable limits in the Premier League profitability sustainability rules during the applicable seasons historically. So I'm not going to read the rest. It's actually a lot to read. Like I'm not really like the biggest fan of reading everything, but essentially for clarity for everybody that wants to know what happened with them, I'm going to go ahead and pull it up over here on the Premier League website real quick. Give me a second to pull that up. Yeah, it's right here. So go ahead and switch over to the Premier League website here. Um, so it reads here the Premier League has concluded two separate processes involving Chelsea Football Club following the club's voluntarily self reporting of historical breaches of rules. Two sanctions agreements have been ratified by the Independent Commission, under which Chelsea FC have accepted a totaling of a £10.75 million breaches of the Premier League's for rules relating to financial reporting, third-party investment, youth development. The club has been sanctioned by the Premier League with an immediate 9-month academy transfer ban and a suspended 1-year first-team player transfer ban, suspended 2 years. So if they break any of these rules again, they will get the transfer ban. So a lot of the players that were signed between 2011 and 2018, there were undisclosed payments and third parties associated to get the transactions over the line. So the likes of Eden Hazard, right? Ramirez, particularly Eden Hazard. I will take that 10.75 million fine, bro. For signing Eden Hazard? Oh, bro. Yeah. That that's fine. There you go. Bye. We won't break the rules again, guys. Like for signing Eden Hazard, yeah, man. I mean, like you can find me that all you want, but there was a possibility that point deduction could have been a possibility, but they felt like it would have been fair given the mitigating circumstances, whatever that means. So you take the fine, you take the academy transfer ban, you take the suspended first team transfer ban, which is 2 years. So you take that. Just what this the one thing that I'll give the board is that they did report the false filings and all that stuff of the previous ownership, but it doesn't excuse what you guys have done with the football club since you guys have stepped into these hallowed grounds of Stamford Bridge, bro, a sanctuary, and you guys are turning it into a fucking shithole right now, man. Like it's disgraceful. So we pull over here. Excuse me. So people know who George Benson is. We're just asking. So can the team sign new players this summer or not? The guy basically replies back a 10 million pound fine, 9-month academy ban, which is why we bought so many academy age high level players. 2 year suspended bans means if we commit any new breaches, we get a 1 year first team ban. So right now it's just the €10 million ban. So essentially we can still sign players, but are they going to go sign players with the way that this ownership is running the club? Experienced players aren't sliding into this club anytime soon. Chelsea will be in the same position they're in at this time next season, fighting injuries, struggling to get in the top four, with no European football this time. It's just the reality of what's going on here, bro. And then you look at Liverpool dropping points yesterday to Spurs. It's like, does Liverpool want the Champions League? It's like, who wants the Champions League this season, man? It looks like Manchester United won it. Aston Villa, Liverpool, and Chelsea are just like, you know what? It's for you. No, it's for you guys. No, it's for you guys. It's like nobody wants the fourth spot because honestly, it's gonna probably be the top four. I Man City is getting knocked out in this round. Liverpool, in my opinion, will get knocked out in this round. Chelsea will get knocked out in this round. Right? Arsenal may be the only team that advances, but you never know. Bayer Leverkusen may shock them at the Emirates. And then could you imagine if all of those teams, Liverpool, City, Spurs, right? They're going to get knocked out. Chelsea will get knocked out. Arsenal. Can you imagine five Premier League teams getting knocked out in the round of 16? It would be criminal. But it could happen. It could absolutely happen. So we'll see what happens here, right? So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Got to get ready for work. I appreciate everyone watching again. Reece James, hamstring injury, looks like he's out now for essentially the rest of the season. And yeah, man, what a crazy way to start the week. But you got PSG tomorrow. You see what happens. It's like I said, the only way I see us doing anything in this game is if you're up heavy in the first half. Because in the second half, PSG will set up to just contain. But then again, PSG are wide open at times. But with no Reece James tomorrow and you needing to just be on the attack, we're going to leave spaces open tomorrow and we're going to concede. So the objective tomorrow obviously is to try to win by a big scoreline, but in doing that, we're going to be left wide open at times. And PSG have too much quality in attack with Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, Doué, Barcola, Vitinha, João Neves. I mean, they have too much going forward and too much quality, in my opinion. So like, if I had to take a stab at the scoreline, I think we do win tomorrow, but I don't think it's enough to go through. I think we win 3-1, but again, it's not enough. PSG, in my opinion, go through 6-5 on aggregate, but that fifth goal that Kvaratskhelia scored was just the nail in the coffin. But it's like I said, if they find a way, man, holy shit. But yeah, with that being said, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Like, comment, sub. If you got this far in the video, share it. Follow me on the socials. I have it posted up right here at Silent Roses. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter. Do all that. Check out the shorts. Check out the videos. Get engaged. Like, comment, sub. Do what you got to do. That being said, I'm out. I'm Jason. Peace.